I had a great question asked to me, and I'm not afraid to go there. Said, who was smarter, a cultural vulture like Justin Timberlake or a bug dancer like Tim Scott? Which one can you have more respect for? Now, if the question is smarter, and so if you took smart out the equation, who I would have more respect for, if you took smart out the equation, I'd have to say uh, the one that would come across smarter. If you took smart out the equation, who I had more disdain for, it'd be the buck dancing Tim Scott. But since the word was used, who's smarter, who comes off smarter, I'm going to say the smarter one in this is Tim Scott. The one I'd be more, and I'm gonna tell you why he's smarter. A culture vulture isn't smart because they're only as good as they can play on the culture. So Justin Timberlake coming to the cookout and getting a pass and braiding his hair and working with Timberland and learning some routines, and of course he lied about the Michael Jackson influence and he lied about the Prince influence and all that, and he had diss words for black folks and how he did Janet Jackson. We already know. But he's come back to the scene of the crime. But then he go back to White World and did that Miller High Life beer commercial album, which went Reynolds rap. No one bought it. Even with the stream hustle fakery of that, no one buys his crap. Now Tim Scott is just a happy, shuffling, all teeth and grinning, happy Negro. All happy to shuffle for Donald Trump. And there's no racism in America, and apple pie and Chevrolet and a token girlfriend to boot. Or her kids call him the N word, and he just has to sit there and take it because that's how he just a happy Negro who wants love and all that in Starbucks crew. Anyway, but who's smarter? It's Tim Scott. Because Candace Owens is trying to come back home, right? You do know when you're black, you got to come back home. I don't care how much you are in that world, and you can be in that world, you got to come back home. But when you're white and you're a cultural vulture, and you got that acceptance to an extent because you was doing the end thing. Because black folks is like the end thing. It's kind of like Pino wasn't do the right thing. They're not really black. They're out of this world. It's the end thing. I want to act like I'm black, and I want to do the wig thing, and rent a car, and be down with the crew, and then I go back to white world. That's not smart. It's not smart because you already have privilege. You are more schizophrenic than the buck dancer. And you're not smart. Let's get out of that phase. A phase of what? A phase of what? Impersonating another race that that is treated like garbage and crap in a racist countries all over the world, especially in European countries and places, and you want to impersonate that? You have mental issues. Now, buck dancers obviously have self-hate and loathe. That's a whole nother story. But you got to go out of your way to do twice as much to appear that you cooling down, but yet you still walking in your skin. But what skin are you walking in? And consequently, you get a DUI and you don't know why. And you got a black woman that's got fans who still upset with you and Janet Jackson. And you got a white woman who wrote a book about you and Britney Spears who dogged you. I don't think Tim Scott's going to have women dogging him personally. That's another story, another video. But Justin Timberlake, yeah. So, who's smarter? Believe it or not, it's Tim Scott because he can shuffle himself and act like go back and be welcomed back eventually by somebody in the crew. Justin Timberlake, you are delusional. You delulu. And you almost through. Nobody cares about your whack new music, your black slangage, your hairstyle, your vibe. It faded. It faded. And they tried hard. They gave you the pass. They wanted to call you the new king of pop. They wanted you to be down and We remember when you got on MTV Video Awards and you said the hat on the side was Frank Sinatra. Okay, and Frank wore a hat, but he didn't move like that. We knew that was a Michael Jackson. Now your whole thing has been a black aesthetic. I mean, even the cat that used to play Ari on Entourage, I can't think his name. Somebody wrote it in the comment section. He said if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, you'd be working at some fast food joint in the mall. Remember? So, you were far worse than Tim Scott. That's right. Culture vultures, when we talking smart, you're not smart. You're an insult to all of it because you are mocking and racist and you're pathetic. And white folks are pathetic to let you do that. And they don't take you back in either. Because that money you got was because you needed black world to say you were cool to have white money spend money on you in the first place. So you're more schizophrenic and lost. Self-hating bug dancers don't get no pass though, because that's embarrassing. And you know better. And you know how that's going to end. You never get nowhere. But the mental lostness of who's smart in the two, because you know how that's going to, shuffle's going to come out of Tim Scott. But this here, this is embarrassing. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like them out. Peace.